Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to another Pawn Master video. So I thought I'd start doing these a bit early, even though they're not technically out yet, right? At the time of this recording, or at the time of the upload. But they are out, but you can't get them yet. You could get them tomorrow. Starting from tomorrow, you should be able to exchange some of these BP sync pairs. I do these first because there's going to be a lot of other videos coming out. So I thought I'd get, a few of these in first, right? I don't want to, spam you guys with like a billion videos 2 days in like a week, right? So anyways, let's go over this then. So Raichu and Lieutenant Surge. Again, probably the best 4-star BP sync pair that you could get overall. It's such a fantastic unit, right? So let's talk about it. So first of all, I am gonna assume that I'm not gonna really go for like 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, because like 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, there really isn't like much, right? And then plus it's like a 4-star. You just use the move candies on them, right? I mean, all those 4-star support candies that everyone's been not using because there's no use for it, right? Finally use those 4-star support candies, right? So let's just go to. Let's start with 3 out of 5. So anyways, in terms of what you want for like a lucky skill, right? You could go with Vigilance. He's not a terrible unit defensively, but also not like anything crazy, I don't think, right? Let's go 5 stars, but like if you don't want to do that, I think another great option would be Defense Crush, because he is a Raichu is a physical support, right, with X attack all, and the crit buffs, all that stuff. So yeah, I do think Defense Crush would be nice as well. So you could do that. So anyways, going over the grid first. So there's a few things that you kind of want to pick up. The like must pickups are like, well, I'm not sure if this is a must pickup. Okay, there really isn't like any like must pickups, but like the big ones are MP Refresh on X attack all, Team Fast Track 4, right? And then like maybe like First Aid. So those are the stuff that you're trying to aim for. So in terms of, how do you want to get there? There's obviously you could take whatever path you want, just as long as you get there, right? I personally prefer picking up speed than like HP and defense over here, right? So yeah, pick up X attack all and then come down here. Move Gauge Refresh on Thunder Wave. You could go Sync Cure if you are facing a stage that like does status condition you, right? And you don't have anything else to deal with the status conditions, then you could Sync Cure. But otherwise, just Thunder Wave, Move Gauge Refresh, I guess, because it's like 2 energy cheaper and you get Move Gauge Refresh on Thunder Wave, which isn't like the biggest deal in the world, but it's something, I guess. And then you kind of want to go ahead and pick up First Aid. Unfortunately, you can't go and get like Thunder Punch, Move Gauge Refresh on your way to getting First Aid. So you have to pick up Fast Track on Thunder Punch, which is fine. It's just that like you already have like Team Fast Track, but this just makes like boosting your own speed a bit faster, right? I guess. So that's something, right? So yeah, you probably would want to pick up First Aid if you are tanking with Raichu. If you don't need the MP Refresh for X attack, for example, if you're supporting a unit that already has like X attack themselves, they could already buff their attack to like +4 or +2, then obviously you don't need the MP Refresh. If that's the case, you do have a bit more freedom over here to pick up some other stuff. For example, you could pick up the Move Gauge Refresh on Thunder Punch, right? You could pick up something like a Tighten Up over here, or Toughen Up, depending on what stage you're fighting, right? They're physical, you pick up Toughen Up. They're special, you can pick up Tighten Up. If you also need like the Sync Healing, you could go for that as well, right? Sync Healing would be nice, I guess, if you are doing like Battle Villa. So you could heal your team without spending any MP for like some of the earlier stages, right? If you need Quick Cure, you go Quick Cure, right? If you're fighting a stage that confuses, flinches, traps you, all that stuff, you could do that as well, right? So again, the grid is pretty flexible in terms of the different situations that you're in, right? A lot of these are really situational. Some other good nodes are Stalwart and Unbending. If you're fighting, you know, because some stages do like debuff your defenses a lot. If that's the case, you could pick up Unbending over here, right? And then if they debuff your special defense, you could pick up Stalwart, right? Especially if you're trying to tank with Raichu. If you're not tanking with Raichu, I guess it's not like that big of a deal, but it's still nice to have, right? Isn't it? So stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically the stuff that you want to pick up with Raichu's grid, right? And now for the other, I guess, interesting component about this in terms of team comps. Raichu is going to be really good for this team, right? Running Raichu with Zekrom and Luxray. Luxray obviously Electric Train buffs Zekrom's damage, and then Raichu buffs Zekrom's crit and physical attack, right? Which Zekrom does need. But another one could also be like Elesa, slot in the same team, exchange Zekrom for Elesa if you don't have Zekrom, right? Because Elesa also needs attack buffs and crit. Also, the speed is nice for both of these two, right? As well, because Zekrom is kind of slow, and then Elesa needs speed buffs for her inertia nuke, so that could also help. So yeah, this is definitely an option, but it's just basically you just run this guy with like any of the physical physical damage healers that need attack and crit buffs. So something like Chris, right? Chris doesn't have crit buffs, you go Chris. Metagross, right? So even Metagross, you could do that. Let's see what else. Zacian, right? Like again, there's quite a few units that could use the help of Raichu over here. Let's see what else. What else could use it? Braviary doesn't need it. Let's see. Decidueye doesn't really need it. Jenna, I guess. Oh, usually there are, you know, better options, right? Maybe Drifblim, although not really, honestly. What else? Emboar could use it, right? Emboar could definitely use it. Close Combat Gallade, maybe, but Focus Blast Gallade is just so much better, right? Let's see. Ho-Oh, if you're running Sacred Fire Ho-Oh, it could be really nice over there, right? Especially not only for physical attack, but also inertia as well, right? That could also help. Hydreigon, maybe, I guess. Although, you know, there are other options that you could sub in for that, right? Jigglypuff is definitely something. Let's see. Lucario. Metagross, we mentioned that before. Morpeko, maybe. Although, again, Morpeko also don't really need it. Let's see. DPS Onix. Or Sync New K-Maker Onix. If you want that. Pheromosa, if you want to buff Lunge Pheromosa really fast, you could do that. Rayquaza, if you're running well, I guess Rayquaza you could run with either. Don't need Sandslash. Oh, Sharpedo's another one, because you generally don't want to use Sink or Swim, right? But yeah, there's like I mentioned, there's a lot of options, right? Just anything that really needs like a crit buff or something. Physical attack buffs, you could just go ahead and run Raichu again. Very flexible on with a lot of different physical strikers, right? So even special strikers, you could do that as well. So anyways, that's really this one, I guess. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know, guys, in the comments down below. Like and enjoy this video. Subscribe to my channel for some more content. I'll see you guys in the next one.